Yo! Video games.
The reason Killer Instinct's netcode was good when the game first came out, I'll give you guys a little bit of a history lesson.
$10 from Golden Question. Golden Question of Curiosity.
Golden Question, thank you, dude. I'll tell you a little bit of history of the Killer Instinct netcode, why it doesn't feel as good as it did when it first came out. When Killer Instinct first came out, there was a lot of players, and in order to have really good net play, you need a lot of people for the matchmaking to choose people with better ping. So, what happened when the game first came out, there was a lot of people playing KI, and what they had in the matchmaking was it pair you up with people with less than 90 ping, which is pretty good for a fighting game. Like, rollback netcode can handle that with like less than a frame of lag. And for the longest time, you could pair up with people in KI because there were so many options as far as players that it wouldn't pair you up with people that had bad connections. And even if it did have bad connections from like a long distance, it wasn't terrible. And Season 1 of KI had fucking amazing netcode. Like, it was just holy shit. But over time and with Season 2, there wasn't as many players because it wasn't a brand new game. So they had to open up the ping limiter. So the gap of which you can find people went from, 1 ping to about 150, meaning that it could affect things. And let's be honest, guys, I'll tell you right now, no matter how good your netcode is in a fighting game, if you have a shitty-ass connection and you're torrenting the entirety of Pornhub, it's gonna run fucking bad. Like, it will be bad. If you have packet loss, if your connection is occupied by other people, if you don't have good upload or download and shit, netcode will not fix that. Netcode will never fix your shitty internet. The best thing netcode can do is make it seem like the distance between you and the person you're fighting, whether or not it's 10 miles or not 10,000, but or 1,000 to 3,000 miles, is make that seem irrelevant. That's the most important thing. And Killer Instinct does that extremely well. Like, I played dudes in the fucking UK with like 2 frames of delay, and it's smooth. It's fucking nuts. That's fucking crazy. So, that's how it works. That's how it works. It's a little history lesson with KI. Why KI's netcode isn't as good as it was because they opened it up to get more players. I watched a little bit of Fatal 8, yeah.
Doneth, I have every Shining Force game on Saturn.
Timon's a huge Shining Force fan.
I have everyone. I have
He's a
Shining
huge Camelot
Holy
fan.
Ark. Yeah, Camelot. I have Shining Force 3 Scenario 1, English 2, Shining Force 3 Scenario 3. I have Shining Force 3 Premium Disc. All box and instructions, everything.
Iceflight, if you have 60 up and 20 down, you should probably check your packet loss. Look for packet loss test or ping test online and see if you can test if you actually have funky packet loss. You just kind of have bad copper wire. Like, that happened to me. That's happened to me where my internet would just drop out and pull back up because it was just fucking shitty wiring. And to be honest, you can run fighting games amazing with 1 meg upload and like 2 megs download. You can run fighting games fucking great. It doesn't take that much. It really doesn't take that much data. Xbox Live and PSN in the background take a little bit because those are constantly like uploading and downloading.
Trooper.
Good luck, Iceplate. Package loss, not packet loss. The internet sends data through these little things called packets, like little clumps of data. And sometimes like they go in the wrong fucking places if there's things to interrupt it. Krauser, we played Pat quite a bit earlier tonight in Third Strike. It was actually a lot of fun.
Ugh. Bitch. Yeah, mother bitches!
Well, CMD, Killer Instinct netcode is still amazing.
Oh yeah, I have Shining Force CD. I bought it and showed it on stream. I went to Game Dude one day and just randomly had a copy of Shining Force CD.
Command Cocky is saying, if KI has the netcode it has now because of population reasons, why am I burning MK? Because Killer Instinct still has the best netcode of any fighting game, even in the condition it's in right now. Like, it's an A+. That's why. Even in the condition it is now, like it was S God tier in Season 1. Now it's an A+. Like, that doesn't It's not hypocritical at all. I'm being... If you want somebody that'll be straight as fuck with you, I'm working on KI, and I'll give you the issues I have. I'll tell you right now, I think Season 2 characters in KI are too complicated. I don't think the game is just gold on a plate, but I think it's fucking great, and especially if you're a Killer Instinct fan, I think it's amazing.
3 is my favorite Shining Force. My favorite Shining Force series. I think it's one of the Shining Force 3
I don't
is
think
one of
you've
the best
played
ones ever
Killer
made.
Instinct CMD. One of the games that first made me like, holy fuck, this is amazing online was actually Virtua Fighter 5 on the Xbox 360.
Fuck you. Oh, I remember this mech.
To be honest, with Street Fighter on the PlayStation platform now, I don't think Bloody Roar is coming back, guys. I think they got their fighting game now.
You killed her.
There's so many anime cutscenes at the beginning of this fucking game.
Anime.
No.
Virtua Fighter 5 was the first game I played online on Xbox 360 that I was like, it's possible. Like, fighting games can play amazing online. It can happen.
It was you.
Oh, I'm going Commando class in Xenoblade X. They're the dual wielders.
Yeah, I know. I love the Season 2 characters of Killer Instinct. As a fighting game player, they remind me of, like, Guilty Gear characters. They're all super unique. They all have crazy mechanics upon mechanics within them. And I think it's fucking awesome. I love Season 2 characters. But for other people, it can be pretty hard to swallow. Like, meters on meters and combo mechanics on combo mechanics and shit like that. Like, it can be pretty hard for people to kind of, like, grasp what's going on in Killer Instinct Season 2 characters.
Shakes205 had a good question about this game. He says, why was Disc 2 so much different from 1? Because they literally ran out of budget. Like an anime series. They had to, like, put text. They basically just had to text visual novel the second disc, a lot of the second disc, because they had no more time. Their budget and time was gone.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Disc 2 is like a barren wasteland, yeah, of what the first disc is.
That's kind of the thing I think about the Xeno games. Always been like they always have like these grand images because this is supposed to be episode 5 of a 6-part series, and there's always just always more than they could chew. And they tried to reboot it with Xenosaga.
It's an interesting story.
And even then, they had to like cancel out how much they were going to do for Xenosaga and stuff. So it's just like the series is kind of cursed in a weird sort of way. I think when they like went to Blade, they kind of just figured out, fine, let's just make one fucking story for one game and it'll work. Graph. Lord Chaos Longshot.
Thank you so much, dude. So Silver Quiz, I hope that's true. He's saying NetherRealm that says that the servers are being used early are not the servers that will be used when the game is released. They said those who have early copies will not get the real deal online until Tuesday. I hope that's true. That makes sense. I'm very curious about that. If the game is using servers, because dedicated servers for fighting games is terrible. It's not a shooting game, guys.
Wing Rider.
Fighting games are peer-to-peer based, meaning the only thing a server usually ever does in a fighting game is take player 1 and player 2 and match up their connections, their NAT types, their internet speeds, all that bullshit, and be like, alright, these guys are pretty good for each other, and then they sync them up, and then they send it to a thing that's a peer-to-peer feed, where it's your connection and that connection. There is no server involved at that point when you actually start fighting. I hope that's true.
Someone just said that PSO2 got an expansion for Episode 2.
Recently, yeah. Yeah, the game is still supported like crazy.
Wait, does it mean like they put Episode 2 into PSO2?
Oh, I don't know.
As in the old PSO areas?
I don't know. That'd be really cool.
I
think they've already done that shit.
That would upset me so much.
I think they've already done that. They put like Humar costumes in there and shit like that too.
If they put like the areas of PSO Episode 1 and 2 in PSO2, I'd be like, fuck! I'd be so mad.
Mamza, welcome back, Mamza. So yeah, that's how fighting games usually work, guys. Most of the time, the only thing a server does is just put you guys together and send you off to fight, and then it does like it makes a handshake. Pretty much is like this cheesiest visual representation. It makes a handshake, and then it literally throws you out into the wild, where you actually fight each other, which is your connection and their connection. So there's no, when you actually fight, there's no server, usually. Like that, it's very weird if there is, and there was some GameSpy weird stuff with the original MK9, which I was like, why the hell did they do that? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Yes, 12, there's something about frames per second and netcode that really interests me, that like is at the core of my soul, and I really fucking find it interesting, so I like to talk about it. Servers for fighting games is the worst thing possible, because that just increases the amount of time the data has to get to a server and back to the people. And the least thing you want is to delay your input, so that's just adding more milliseconds of information to having to go from one place to the other. That, trust me, it peer-to-peer, which is your connection and their connection, is the way it always should be.
Destroy Mother God. There you go. This is Xenogears. This is Xeno series in a nutshell.
Oh yeah.
So you have
Gotta kill God.
You gotta kill God.
Yeah.
This is Xenogears. So you have gears, so you kill God with a gear. And then you have Saga, where you kill God by boring him to death with a long saga. I don't know what happens in Saga. And then you have Xenoblade, and you kill God with the blade. This is it in a nutshell. Story. We got.
Every
gotta
single
kill God.
Xeno game is the same fucking story.
We gotta kill God.
Every single Xeno game is the same story. People have lived throughout time together to kill God, and their mission is to kill God.
Yeah.
Same story
And
every game.
yeah, well, I don't want to get too spoilery and stuff, but like, yeah, they all kind of like retell the same kind of basic like story over and over again.
It starts off interesting and different every time, and then it eventually gets down to where these people have lived throughout time, throughout different lives.
Yeah, or rebooted,
or reborn, or reincarnated to eventually fight God. And then at the end, you gotta kill God. That's every fucking game is the same shit. And when you told me that, like, I'm like, all the Xeno games are the same. Like, even Xenoblade Chronicles? And he's like, yes, even Xenoblade Chronicles is the same. Like, really? That fucking game ends up being that?
I remember telling Max about how Xenoblade ended, because I was like, this feels very Xenogears, and he was like, oh my god, like, I was literally kind of just basically retelling the ending of Xenogears with
and I'm like,
Xenoblade characters.
That's the same fucking story as Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, Xenogears.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, that's the same fucking as the one I played. The only Xeno game I played was this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I get the feeling that they don't like God.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, in most Japanese RPGs post Final Fantasy VII, you kind of just fight God in the end.
Yeah.
In a lot of games.
This one, it tries to be like super like philosophical, like it really references real philosophers and real like religious subtext.
That's cool.
Like really heavy in all the Xeno games, kind of to the point of just like, yeah, you're just doing this to be edgy. I always felt like that was me, because I was like, ooh, the edge, hey, Xeno edge.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm curious how Xenoblade X is gonna, because I'm like, the premise of Xenoblade's kind of cool.
Yeah, Xenoblade X is
but
a great example.
But I'm kind of like, are we gonna end up in Xenoblade X just killing God?
Yeah, it's like such a cool opening now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, humanity on the run, crash lands on a planet, and planet's really mysterious.
The thing is...
Jesus, please don't end up being the same thing.
Destroy God? Yes, we will destroy God! That's our destiny! Fuck, well, the opening to Xenoblade X is actually something that even people like Stephen Hawking has said is like actually a realistic possibility. Like, it's far-fetched, but it's actually possible, because the opening of Xenoblade X is that two alien races, highly advanced, like beyond Earth, just happen to like have their fucking battle in our solar system, and we're literally just in the way, and our planet just gets blown up like a casualty. Like, oops, you know, like if you had some sort of advanced civilization from like other planets that were at like, you know, a certain level beyond us, they could just wipe us out. So it's actually kind of thing where whereas Xenoblade X is just like, we evacuated the planet with what we could. We got the fuck out, And Earth just got blowed up in this crossfire of two different alien races who really kind of looked at us as like, you know, oh, they're these fucking monkeys, you know, in the way. And whatever, we burn their forest. It's literally kind of like, think of it like that. Like, think of it like, you know, where people in more like rainforesty or jungle climates, they're kind of fighting each other, and then they just decide, well, fuck it, we'll just burn the forest to get through this, and fuck the animals that live there. And that's kind of basically what Xenoblade X starts as. And it's kind of like this kind of scary, real possibility. If you ever look into, read the Fermi Paradox and stuff like that, really interesting stuff. So, yeah, I like the start of that game. We basically, we crash land, where we're trying, the whole plot of the game is, there's a giant, you know, ship that's trying to escape from the aliens. One chases them, and they end up crash landing on a hospitable planet, like oxygen breathable planet. And the whole game is just setting up base and trying to not terraform the planet, because the planet's already, it's got plant life, animal life, like whatever. You're just basically trying to set up your city and live. Like, that's like the whole point of the game, is survival. And I kind of like that aspect. But I am afraid that we're going to end up here with, we will destroy God. It is our purpose, our destiny. When I actually rather like the very Star Trek-ish nature of, you know, Xenoblade X's opening of just, we're just trying to get away from super advanced aliens that just for some reason just looked at our planet like, it's a casualty.
Thank you, Jimmy Colorado. Yeah, we like to talk about shit. Sometimes the stream gets so crazy we don't just sit and talk about stuff, so it's late as hell, but I'm captivated by the conversations right now.
Captivated by the conversations.
I'm checking to see all these MKX streams that people are talking about.
My father? You mean my dad? Well, yes, Faye, your dad is your father. What a great bit of translation there.
What an asshole.
Daddy screamed real good the day he died.
I'm looking for someone that's playing online so I can watch them drop all their combos. And everybody's playing story mode.
Dad equal father. Mind blown. What the hell is that? Spice must flow, Faye.
I think a lot of people overseas got it. Yeah, no one's playing online, guys. Like, nobody's playing online.
Well, they tried playing online and it sucks, so they're not doing it. They're not even going to bother anymore.
Like, everybody's playing story mode.
What you need to, this is the realization you need to come to.
Oh, you know what? Fuck.
Pigma? Don't know nothing about Pigma. We're not finished talking yet. No kidding, Faye. Booster and spam Kamehameha. Alright, I'll Kamehameha this big... Dude, it's like a penis mixed with a ball sack. It's like the ultimate male organism. They are no longer disconnected. They are one!
Peen sack.
Peen sack. Pin sack. Testisack. Counter slurp, absorb fuel. Didn't do shit.
Okay, so guys, here we go. I'm going to search for a game.
Worm.
All these new people playing. I'm gonna see if I can possibly get a game online.
Oh yeah, he dodges shit. I need to like Kamehameha it.
Shadow Molasses.
$5 for just Simmons like Star Ocean.
Oh man, he did.
I did.
So they played that fucking god-awful PS2 one that was a video game in the end. Spoilers.
I was so mad about
fucking spoilers.
Shit, I did the wrong thing.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I like to go. I don't like to treating you guys like as you are viewers. I don't like treating you guys like you're below us. I don't think that's right.
I did not get to play too much. Like my brother had Star Ocean 2. And he liked it.
I can't find anybody.
I kind of wanted to play it. I tried to play it once, but I just did not have the time because it's an, one of those forever games. I played the shit. I bought Star Ocean 3, played the shit out of it. I was in like the volcano area or something like that, and then I was kind of getting to the end, and shit, I wonder if I can aim for the ball sack.
God, I got one. There we go.
I was really kind of enjoying it, but then I talked to this one friend of mine, and I said, "Yeah, I'm at this one spot." Oh, I killed it. And like he tells me like, "Yeah, that's when you learn about this one thing," and I was like, "No, that's bullshit." And then like he said, "Yeah, so in Star Ocean 3, you're really just a video game inside a video game." So
There
you
we go.
see,
Test match. Go ahead.
oh, test match. So you really, so what's really going on is you're just like literally just a video game character inside a giant MMO game that everyone plays to basically spend time.
I'm like, this sounds like Dot Hack.
Because it's kind of like Dot Hackish, but like it's kind of like this dystopian future, like Wall-E, where people have nothing to fucking do anymore, so they just plug into this video game to play it. And then I'm like, fuck this. I literally hung up the phone, put the game out of my PS2, put it back in the case, put it back in the slipcase thing, went right down to the fucking store, sold that fucking game. I was like, nope, fuck all this noise. $5 from Hapagan. Someone had a
Hold on a
donation
second.
that asked me a question. I should probably look into that.
1 second.
You know, I own boxed copies of Suikoden 1, 2, and 3. I've owned them for like 10 years. I've never played them. No, I sold Star Ocean 3. 3, not 2. 3. My brother sold 2. You want to get all pissy about Star Ocean 2 being sold? Just take it off with my brother. I own a box copy of Valkyrie Profile 2.
Okay.
That is the most depressing video game of all time.
Wow. Okay, this guy knows that Tekken grabs is crazy hard in this game.
You still don't know how, actually, do you?
No, I don't.